If you join this team, your ass is working 24/7. It was like, I don't have any fucking kids to take to soccer practice. I don't have a husband who's nagging me to have sex. Like, whatever.
Yeah.
You know, it was like...
We're back, skinny and spicy, and today we're talking about...
What are we talking about?
We're going to talk about what you have done for $1.
Yeah, what have you done for $1, you freaks? You're so nasty. No, but how do you collect your coin? Tell us.
Yeah.
Leave us a little comment.
I want to hear from you. What's the craziest thing you've done for $1?
Look, I'm not the craziest of people, but I have, like, weird stuff does happen to me. I will say that. And it's the weirdest stuff always happens when you need the money the most.
Isn't that funny how that works?
Because it's like, that would never happen to me, and you might not even consider it, but when you need the money, if you're broke...
You do whatever it takes.
You're going to do it.
Whatever it takes.
Yeah. So it's nothing crazy, but one time, actually, this was actually a really fun story. I was out the very first time me and Trevor ever went out to West Hollywood. And if you've ever been out to West Hollywood is like so fun. And we were recently out, so we went out, like, you know, we're like, yay, la, 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 let's go to West Hollywood. And our first time there, and we went on a Tuesday. So gross. It goes on a Tuesday.
I love Tuesdays.
I know, but like in LA, like, I don't know. Like, it was just like we went at a dead time, whatever. And there was this like nasty old man who was like blackout drunk. And he started throwing money around, and my ass, I was like, I need that $1. So
you start throwing money.
Well, he wanted to like dance with us, and I was like, and then he started pulling out $100 bills. So then I started dancing with him. And like that kind of stuff was like, that stuff happens all the time, right? So
all the time. Like, is that how you made your money?
I did make some good money from that, but I mean,
how many dances?
We didn't like dance. It wasn't like, I'm going to give you a lap dance. You want that? No, it was just like we were dancing, and then he was like blackout drunk throwing money around. And my friends were like, no, we don't want money. I'm like, are you an idiot? So I pick up that money, and then that paid for the whole night and like whatever. But I've done like some weird shit, and it's not like, they're not like jobs, but like if someone's offering money, I'll probably
I feel like that's true. I feel like I've asked you to do a couple different things, and you're like,
yeah, I'll do it for $25.
Yeah, $25. I'll do that. $25.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, whatever.
Cool. Yeah.
If it's not like degrading, why not?
Totally.
I'm always down for
Always.
it. Yeah.
Always.
Like I've had friends who like needed money for certain substances and stuff, and I'm like, they're not coherent to do it, so I would like
so just go get it.
But I'll do it for a tip.
Or are you doing it for the friendship?
No.
Okay. For the money.
No, I'll do it for you.
Yeah.
But when I pull out that money for you, I'm gonna pull out a little extra.
You're such a good friend.
Like, yeah, we'll get you what you need.
Yeah.
But it's gonna cost you.
It's gonna cost you.
Just, you know, and it's nothing crazy. I'm not gonna be like charging them like pull out all their money, but you know, if I'm pulling out a couple hundred, I'm gonna take another.
Good to know.
Yeah.
Good to know.
So you get creative, right?
Yeah. So in real estate, have you done anything crazy? Because first of all, getting into real estate and being successful, right? Two different things.
Okay. It's one beast to get in.
It's so easy. Well, it's not easy. Studying for a test that's written by like an attorney.
Who wrote that?
I don't know.
Who wrote that test?
I feel like the same people that wrote the instructions on the furniture that you get from Wayfair. That's who I think wrote it. That's my opinion.
None
of the parts are there, but you have to do this, and there's like four.
But it kind of makes sense. You're like, oh, this makes sense.
But there's 2 right answers.
And then you're like,
two wrong ones. What's the rightest? Right? So then you just pray that you pass it. You don't know how you pass it. And then you're like, I'm a realtor.
I'm a real estate agent.
And then you do like a cute post and you're like, oh my gosh, I'm in real estate now. And
I passed my test.
Yeah, I passed my test. Whoever wants to buy or sell, call me. I'd love to help if a passion for real estate. Right? And then nobody calls you. And
why would they call you?
Why would they call you?
You don't know anything.
You don't know anything.
That test does not prepare you for what's about to happen. So I think that's step one, right? It's like,
have you used anything from the test?
No.
Nothing? I have.
What is it?
The acre. Square feet an acre.
I still look that up.
You still looked at it.
I know it's like 43,000 or something.
Yeah.
Something like that for an acre. Yeah.
Then you can know because you could like break it down. Oh, if it's a quarter acre,
Sure,
it's this,
but
it's
like
that.
look that shit up.
Yeah, very true.
Yeah.
Maria.
Who's
method,
Maria?
Method of attachment.
Who is this
like
woman?
to figure out like if it goes with the house, right? Like if it's a dental chair, does it stay with the property or is that personal property? Remember that? No, you don't. Okay, he doesn't.
Who's Maria? if Maria's watching, please let me know. Are you okay?
That's like the only thing that I remember from the test.
I took that. What do you mean, a Maria?
That's what it stands for.
Oh, an acronym.
Yes.
Okay.
MARIA.
Got it. This is why you probably passed like that. Maria. I'm like, are you okay, Maria?
Yeah. So you pass the test, right? And then you're like a realtor, and then you're like, now what? Well, you start working your ass every day.
Yeah. But there's so
money.
many different avenues you can go.
So many different avenues.
Yeah. I think half the battle, like in the beginning, pass that test. Because especially in California, that shit takes forever. Because you did it like years ago. I don't know if it took as long as it did for me.
No, because you did it during like COVID. Yeah, that took forever.
It takes like however long to do the 3 classes. Mm-hmm. And then, because I think it's 45 hours per course, and I think it's 3 courses.
That's so boring.
I know. So you gotta like do, and you can't
so seriously.
You can't do course 2 before you finish course 1, whatever. And then you've got the test, which is 150 questions. Like, yeah, and you have to study, and then you get it, and then.
Did you use Joe with Prep Agent?
Yes, of course.
Love Joe.
Joe, if you're watching, you are everything to me. I love
literally
you. Seriously,
everything.
Anyone who wants to be a real estate agent who needs to pass that test, Prep Agent Joe with the fedora.
With the fedora,
Joe.
We love you, Joe.
God, we should bring Joe on here.
We should bring Joe on here.
If we make it big enough, we're bringing Joe.
No special guest till 2nd season, but Joe would be our
Joe. Yeah. Like, how do you even get into that? He has his own business.
I know.
Joe.
We love Joe.
Prep Agent. We'll link that below. If you're seriously, it's the only thing to use.
Yeah, that was the only way that I passed because I didn't understand anything.
It doesn't make any sense.
No, and same with the broker's license. It's the same test. It's just double the work, right?
I have no desire. You'll be my broker.
Yeah, I know.
No.
So you pass the test, you get your license, and then you're like, how the fuck am I going to make money in real estate, right?
Because the test does not prepare you for how to be a real estate agent.
No,
it just goes over the concepts that California thinks you should know, but it doesn't tell you at all. It's so crazy because I was taking it because I did New York's and it was the same thing. Doesn't prepare you. So I'm thinking, oh, maybe California will teach you how to. They don't. It just teaches you.
It's the same thing as your driver's license, right? You take your driver's license test, and then you're like, I don't know how to drive a car.
Yeah,
right.
How would you?
Especially based on like the test that you took. So then you have to do like behind the wheel.
That is so. Right.
Same.
But there's no behind the wheel.
No, there's
no behind the wheel part in this journey.
No.
And you almost have to be smart enough to know, should I go the path of doing the behind the wheel or should I just start driving?
Yeah.
And I think that's.
Yeah. And just going for it is great. It shows your ambition, but you could really fuck somebody if you're like, somebody's like, oh, I trust you.
Insane that
and then you forget to check that box,
right?
Like you want to send a counter, right? So you write the offer and then you want to send the counter, but you forget to check that box, and it's like, but you signed their offer. Like there's so many things that can go wrong.
Actually, you're paying for 2 months rent back and
that one.
Yes, I know. And not to like bag on all you new real estate agents because we are all there.
No, we're all there.
But it's almost better if you don't just like. I don't know.
Well, you have a couple options. Like when you're a new realtor, you can go on your
own.
You're
the broker. Tell us.
Right.
What are Shishana, I'm a new agent. What should I do? I just passed my test.
So finding your broker is a very personalized decision, right?
It is.
And you want to find out.
What would you base it on?
Well, I think it's based on culture, opportunity, and somewhere where you're going to thrive. Like for me, when I started out on a team.
Yeah.
And I did that because I wanted to start out on a smaller team so I could reach the top quicker.
Yep.
Right. So I could learn as much as I could, get the opportunities because I didn't have any money. So I'm not going to be paying for leads. Josh had the money.
Yeah. Your team lead has the money.
My sugar daddy had the money. And so that helped me excel even quicker and then learn. Yeah. But finding the brokerage that you're with, it's very personalized.
Yeah.
And, it depends on what your goals are. You always have to reflect, like, what the hell am I doing real estate for? How busy do I want to be? Right? Like, when you came on our team, it was like, you need to work all the time.
But that's what I wanted.
That's what you wanted.
And that's what you wanted.
That's what I wanted.
You were like your team. If you
it's
join,
not fit for everyone.
Yeah, if you join this team, your ass is working 24/7, and that's exactly what I wanted.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't have any fucking kids to take to soccer practice. I don't have a husband who's nagging me to have sex. Like, whatever.
Yeah.
I was like,
I have both.
right?
But...
Yeah, beautiful. But you're still very successful.
Still very successful.
I just didn't have any excuses, and that was like what you wanted on your team. So I think, and when you get your real estate license, there's so many different options that you can go for, and I think it does make sense to kind of just check them out.
Figure out what works for you.
Yeah.
Like, the most money that I've ever made in my entire life was on a team. Right? Not running a team, but being an agent on a team. No, I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. But that's because I have a bigger goal in mind,
Yeah.
of course, ahead. But if you just want to help a couple people out and you want to, when your neighbor decides they want to sell and you want to build that trust or whatever, and you just want to do a couple deals a year, team's probably not going to be the best option for you.
Because so for the people that don't know kind of how it works, just very basic. When you join a team, you're usually going to have to split your commission, right? Like when I joined Shishana's team, I didn't know anyone in this fucking town, so Shishana gives me the people that want to work with her. She can't service everyone, so then she'll give me a lead, and then we'll split the commission once it ends, whatever you set with your team. But if you don't join a team, you just go straight up, then you'd have whatever you had to pay to your broker.
Exactly.
So that's kind of the biggest... the bare bones of it is like, would you go with a team or would you go by yourself?
I will say I hear a lot of newer agents that are so concerned, and I think this is a huge mistake. And I'm not saying this because I'm a broker, because I've been saying this since the very beginning. The biggest mistake that you can make is going with a broker based on the splits. Right?
Okay.
Because if
you
get 100% commission, right? I'm just throwing it out there.
Yeah.
Flat fee, 100% commission, but you don't close shit. Guess what?
You get 100% of zero.
How's that feeling for you, right?
Yeah.
So, but if you're on a team, you typically get, the team leader or the broker, whoever's running the team, is paying X amount per month for all these leads. So you get to be in front of more people. And yes, there is a split off that, but you didn't have to pay for anything.
Right.
So it's like, how much opportunity are you going to provide? What am I going to learn versus...
It's a little bit easier. I don't know. I think we're both like big team people.
Totally.
And I think the only reason I was so into a team at first is because in New York, all the top real estate agents that I would meet, they're like, you got to start on a team. You don't know shit. You're a nobody. You kind of have to let that ego down and be like, you're going to be sucking dick on the floor for 4 years.
For $1.
Yeah, for $1. And that's what you're going to do. And if you want to get where you're going to need to be, then you're going to do that shit and you're going to fucking like it.
Yeah.
And so in my head, coming from New York, like the real estate agents out there are like so cutthroat. Like that's what I was, okay, I'll do that. And I think that worked for both of us because we were people that just put our heads down and just go for it. Well,
I said work, but he said something else.
Yeah. So
for sure.
Right.
For sure. So what's the craziest thing that you've done in real estate?
Well, yeah, I think when
money.
I first started, I didn't have any fucking money. Of course not. I'm a child, and I didn't have any leads or anything. So I think for me, that really helped me was I knew that as a new real estate agent, I needed experience, but then I also needed to pay my bills.
And that's hard. That's one of the hardest parts about being real estate.
It's not easy to just start off because you make nothing.
No, if you don't work or if you don't close,
you could work, but you don't close. You don't make anything. So I think for me, I was like, okay, how can I make a little extra money but still get the experience I need?
I'm only laughing.
Why? Why?
Remember your white shoes?
Okay, that sucked. Yeah. Okay, so what she's referring to. Oh, you bitch. And you ended up closing those people too.
Of course I did. I closed everything.
And I did it for $25.
He did. I love him.
Okay, so what she was referring to, when I first started, I had nothing. And Shishana had a lot of business, and I could tell that she was like overwhelmed. So I said, hey, if you ever need me to do anything for you, like if you pay me $25, I'll go do it. Like if you need me to show a house, open a door, take a video, do whatever, like run an errand, I'll do it. If you like either pay for my gas or, you know, couple, just some money. And then that way I'm getting to learn how to do it. And you were like,
done.
Say less, bitch. Yep.
Best money I've ever spent.
Right. She would just, my Venmo was popping when I first joined your team.
Chad's like, what's this $25? $25. I'm like, oh, that's Robbie.
He'll do anything.
He'll do anything.
I'll do anything.
He's climbing up a mountain right now.
And then it was like people on the team started realizing, oh, we've got this whore for hire.
Yes.
He's only $25.
It was great.
Yeah. And I'm like, yeah, sure. But it helped me get the experience. Maybe I didn't have the clients, but I was able to be there and provide service.
Yep.
And to get in front of clients too. Sometimes you would send your clients and be like, oh, Robbie's just going to open the door. But it would help me practice my skill. So I think these new agents, I don't see a lot of that. I don't see a lot of agents doing
it's an ego thing. But did we ruin your shoes?
Oh, that's right. Okay. So she had me go.
It was in Fallbrook.
Yeah, it was in Fallbrook, and she was like, you're going to show 3 properties to these clients. I can't make it, but, you know, open the door and do your thing. And I was in these beautiful white Adidas, brand new. And they were actually, you don't even know this, but they were custom. My brother got them from a gig, like they're special shoes. And I was like, oh, I'm looking all cute. But
you don't show property on land wearing cute shoes.
Okay,
just
how would I know?
You wouldn't.
How would I know? Because you didn't tell me. That's so funny. How would I know that it's on land if you didn't tell me?
If you looked it up.
Whatever. So that property wasn't paved, right? What do you call
not
that?
at all.
No.
Rural.
You
say it rural.
It's rural. It's very rural. And I had to climb through mud and dirt to get to this house. And when I got to the house, the agent was a bitch. And she was like, where were you?
She ended up being really sweet.
Because you fucking closed the deal.
Because I closed the deal.
So you made however, multiple thousands of dollars. Really, you and your clients love each other.
Yeah.
And I ruined my beautiful new Adidas for $25.
I love that story.
Yeah, and I call you. I'm like, I ruined my fucking shoes. I'm like, that house sucked. And you're like, oh, my clients loved it.
And I'm like, did you put the key back in the lockbox?
Probably not. Fuck it. I'm out of here. I'm so done with this. Yeah, that sucked.
I love that.
Yeah.
I thought that was beautiful.
But, as a new agent, you do kind of have to
you have to drop your ego. I think that's the people's biggest mistake when they first start out is that they want to be that top producer before they're already there. Right?
They want to be on Selling Sunset. They want to be on...
Don't even get me started on Selling Sunset.
$1 million listing. They see it and then they're like, that's going to be me. I got my lips done. So what?
My lips are bigger than my bank account. What's up?
That's funny because you couldn't afford the gas to get there.
I know.
So.
And I do hear a lot of agents making excuses. They're like, you know what? I didn't have the gas money. Nobody did when they started.
I still don't.
No, nobody did.
What are you talking about?
No, I especially don't because my marketing budget. What?
Shut up.
This isn't about you.
Right.
Like just go for it.
Yeah.
That's my biggest lesson is you always just say yes.
Yeah.
Even if you run out of gas. Didn't you run out? No. Did you have car trouble? No, someone else did. That was somebody else.
I
Yeah.
always have car trouble. On some of the showings I did for you, I got nails in my tires. So I lost money.
Yeah, and sometimes that happens
because you would send me on these wild goose chases. Your clients wouldn't even show up, and you'd be like, "Sorry, I'll Venmo you $25."
But the most amazing part about that is that's where I am today, right? Where I can help grow someone like you as an agent.
You're poor,
but
here's some money.
Yeah, I started off on the other side of the fence, right?
What
where
side?
You're the other side, the side with the dirty shoes.
You were the dirty shoes.
I was
you
the
still
dirty
are
shoes.
the dirty shoes.
I'll do anything.
Yeah.
I will go to Hemet every single day. Yeah. Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
I don't care if I'm going to get hurt in the process. I will sacrifice my life for your purchase, right?
You're sick.
And that's how I started, and I never said no. And now I'm at the point in my career where I can pay someone $25 to ruin their shoes, and it works out great.
Yeah.
For both sides.
But I will say, all jokes aside, that was so important to me because when I first started, sure, I wanted, the big checks, but like that wasn't my focus. My focus was the experience.
Yeah.
Because I'm the type of person, I know when I know how to do something, when I know my shit, you better move.
Yeah.
Get out the way, bitch.
How about this one? Ready?
Oh, God.
How about being my listing coordinator from 2020 to
this last
during
year.
during COVID?
Right.
Shit was fire. You couldn't have got more experience if you tried.
And that was another me finessing the system.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think that's another good thing, another good tip for real estate agents or just in general. Find side gigs that you would do for free and find a way to get paid for it. That's
You
the
would
big
do that for free?
because I wanted
You
the
would
experience.
go through 22 different
No,
offers and
my
answer
thought-
180 phone calls and confirm 180 showing requests
Yeah.
for free?
Well, okay. So
Damn,
the reason
I'm the dumb one.
So, to fill everyone in, I started doing. Shishana had 1 million listings, and she still does. She gets 1 million listings. She's queen, whatever. But Shishana physically can't do everything, and so I saw she tries. Or
Yeah.
you could.
I could, but it's
It's
sacrifice everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this is when in the heat
It
of
was
the
insane.
craziness. So I was like, oh, she could really help. Like it could be useful for her to have someone do all the bullshit with the listing prior,
Yeah.
get it all done, and then for anyone to contact her, it's my number, so she's not being blown.
It
up.
was the most relaxing year of my life because all of those phone calls, hey, where you at? Highest and best. Like highest. For those of you that are just getting into real estate, you're not going to know what this means. And as we get into the new market, there was a thing called highest and best.
her favorite.
I love highest and best. Now it's like, I'll do anything, just submit the offer, right?
Yeah.
But back then it was called highest and best, and you would get so many offers, so many phone calls, literally
Yeah.
left and right. And Robby answered all those calls.
And so we worked out a deal where I would work for
Ever.
a couple of bucks each transaction.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would learn how to do listings without having listings.
Yeah.
Because as a new agent, I can't just expect listings to come up.
And it also like boosted you on Zillow too.
Did it?
Because I had you on as a co-listing agent on everything.
I have I've sold a lot of
Top
property.
producer.
I've done a lot of property. But
you did.
I did.
You did all the work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I might have not you got the check, but it's fine.
Yeah,
I
it's
did
fine.
all the work. And in the beginning part,
Yeah.
you do the extra part. But no, and I think that was very important to me to find ways like, sure, maybe I don't have this opportunity, but there's ways to get involved and to learn, because for me, I don't know, maybe that's just me, but I'm like, I need to, like, I'm not just going to expect you to give me that opportunity, like or to teach me how to do something. Like I need to kind of earn it in a
love
way. Like I just think that's like real estate, right?
Can we play that back 3 times?
I don't know. Like
No, it's beautiful.
I
Yeah.
think a lot of people come into real estate thinking that somebody else is gonna like wipe their ass
Do
for
it
them.
for them.
When you're like, you kind of have to earn that. And I think that's a common misconception that somebody's gonna teach you how to do anything.
Well, yeah, and I think that it's wild to think about, like, you have to realize like what you're doing,
Right.
right? You're not helping somebody buy a pair of shoes, right? You're helping them with a legal binding
Okay,
contract,
broker. It's
right?
easy.
No, but like a legal
Yeah,
binding
no, it's-
contract that if you check the wrong box,
You're fucked.
yeah, you can bend your client over and it can cost them a lot of money.
Yeah.
So that shit needs to be taken seriously. So when people come in, they're like, what can you do for me? It's like, what are you going to do for your clients and how are you going to learn how to get there?
Because this
right?
is a really big, if you fuck this up,
Yeah.
you're fucked.
You fucked. Yeah. I know. I hear a lot of people are like, oh my God, real estate agents, they just make a lot of money and collect the checks.
Sometimes.
Sometimes? Yeah.
Like maybe 1 out of
You're
100.
going to cry right now?
Like sometimes, like I've had an easy deal.
Yeah.
Other times, I'm still paying for it.
I know.
Like it's really bad.
Yeah. It can be hard.
But
So, craziest thing that I've done for $1 in real estate, you want me to tell you?
yeah.
Okay. So, craziest thing that I've done for $1 was
Okay, here we go.
I was on a team and my team leader had this great new lead source where you completely cut out the listing side of the commission. I don't even want to name the lead source because it's a joke.
Wait, what?
But like, okay, so you basically pay like 1% to the listing side, right?
Okay, that sucks.
And then it's split after that. So it's like basically $1,000 at the end of the day. I don't do anything for money, so I didn't care. But I met this really nice lady. She had told me that she loved methamphetamines.
What?
Yes. So anyways,
Okay.
come to find, I get the listing, and then someone from my brokerage actually has a buyer for it.
Oh, great.
Right?
Double end it.
Brad Brinkus. No, well, not
the
at all.
brokerage, yeah.
The brokerage. Brad Brinkus brings the buyer.
Love you, Brad.
Love Brad. We love you, Brad. And long story short, I'll just cut to the chase, right? Comes to like closing time. Clients aren't ready to get out. They've got like 10 people staying in the house.
She's lighting up.
I saw my first meth bong, which I thought was interesting, but I didn't care. And there was a man sleeping there. He was
What?
named after a food that you would buy at a football game. I won't say
Nachos. Hot dog.
And so I was like, I really put myself in a very dangerous situation for $1,200. $1,200. But I didn't care because at the end of the day, I helped this lady sell this home, right? Which is great. She had a home. I didn't care. I don't care what you do with it.
Yeah,
and then
light up,
purchase
whatever.
a new home, like whatever. To me, I was a part of her story, even though I almost probably could have sacrificed my life. And it's funny because his buyers, the home inspector was a police officer,
Oh, beautiful.
like a ex-police officer, and he knew
look
the other guy.
Oh,
Yeah.
look. Oh, he knew that
He
guy
knew
that
that
was
guy.
sleeping there?
Yes.
From the streets.
Yes. So I'm thinking like, okay, I could have died for $1,200, but I didn't, so it was worth it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hindsight's always 2020.
It's always
I would
good
do it
not to
again.
don't think about the money
Never think about the money.
because it'll really drive you crazy.
I always tell every new agent, work as hard as you possibly can to learn everything that you possibly can over the next 6 months, and tell yourself you're not going to make a dollar.
You did tell me that.
I tell everybody
you
that.
were like, if you join my team, just expect to not make any money in the first 6 months.
Yep.
I did though.
No, of course. And I don't say that because I'm like, oh, you're not going to make money. There's no
But I
opportunity.
did think that way.
Yeah, but
So
if you think that way, when you make it, it's like, oh shit, I'm beating everyone else. I'm doing good. Like it keeps you on that forward progress, and you're open to learning everything. So
Yeah.
I think that you have to find. I see a lot of creative stuff right now. Like they say, because the market is changing.
Yeah.
That people are going to be moving out of the industry. I see a lot of people getting more creative on what they're doing. You seen that? Like there's this one girl that's like, I'll do open houses for you. I'll do ISA work. I
saw
do this for you.
that. I saw that.
That was cool.
I was like, that was me
Yeah.
for Shishana. I would
Yeah.
do anything.
Good
yeah.
for you.
Yeah.
There's no shame in that game.
Right. And I think when you're new, you kind of have to. You have to do all those things.
Right. Like, don't worry. You're going to get, I don't watch reality TV, but you're going to get to, is it Tarek?
Flip or flop. Yeah, Tarek.
You'll get to his level. You work really hard, you'll get to his level. It's not a big deal.
Yeah.
But you're not going to get there the day you pass your license test.
And don't think that the test is going to do that for you.
And don't think that he really just does that, right? How many assistants does he have?
I don't know. Love to bring him on.
I know.
Hi, Tar.
I don't know how to say your name, but hey.
So funny.
So the skinny is...
Get it, girl.
We'll do anything for $1, right? Especially when you're just starting out in real estate. Okay. Real estate is not an easy industry. You have to find the perfect match for you. And sometimes that takes a couple rounds to figure out where you want to be. Right. And that's okay. Don't think that you're Tarek. Is it Tarek?
Hi.
Tarek. Don't think that you're the selling sunsets right off the bat. Get your license. Get your hands dirty for the next 6 months. Learn everything you possibly can to become the top producer that you will be in the next few years. But you're not going to start off that way. So do whatever you can for the $1.
And here's the spicy. Okay. Here's the spicy, right? If you're new in real estate, you're not going to make anything. You ain't shit, okay? Now, let me say that again. If you're new in real estate, you ain't shit. So why would anyone give you the opportunity if you don't know anything, okay? So you have to be open to doing the dirty work, taking the shitty leads, making the calls, doing whatever, because you don't know anything, and that test does not prepare you for real transactions. So don't be a little bitch about it and just do it. And that's that.
Thank you for watching another episode of Skinny and Spicy. We hoped you learned something.
And if not, we hope you had a really good time.
And we want to hear from you, so don't forget to give us a like, comment, share, and definitely subscribe.